race was on.
Here we go, folks, the Open Street Luge World Downhill Skateboarding Championship.
Abdelmajid is dominating at the front
Into turn number 5, beautiful pass. Oh, huge crash there, David Frager. Colby Parks almost making contact.
Oh no, Hanegraaff is down.
Side by side.
Marco Menino from Italy grabs it on the line. Unbelievable racing. Let's go!
Welcome to round 2 of the 2025 World Downhill Skateboarding Championship, coming to you from the legendary slopes of Erdem Dağı in Erzincan, Turkey. For the third consecutive year, the WDSC returns to this now iconic venue, marking a record-breaking milestone in championship history. 35 elite athletes representing 19 countries descended on Erzincan for 3 days of world-class competition, tactical racing, and thrilling descents, and for the first time, the WDSC introduced its new open inline category, with Erzincan proudly hosting the inaugural event. In this highlight program, we bring you all the action from the open street luge and open inline categories.
It's beautiful to be back in Erzincan. I love the town a lot. I enjoy to sit in the streets and drink my tea and eat good soup. For me, it's the best track we have. It's great to ride it again.
Third time for me here, and I'm absolutely loving this track. This really does play to my strengths. I feel really at home and comfortable here.
Erzincan, located in eastern Anatolia, Turkey, is a city rich in history, natural beauty, and outdoor adventure. Nature lovers are drawn to Erzincan's dramatic landscapes, snow-capped peaks, lush valleys, and the mighty Euphrates River. Erdem Dağı, just outside the city, is a hub for winter sports, especially skiing and snowboarding, and in summer, it transforms into a playground for mountain biking and downhill skateboarding. With its unique blend of heritage and outdoor excitement, Erzincan offers something for both history enthusiasts and adventure seekers alike. In collaboration with Governor Hamza Aydoğdu's office, Erdem Dağı has recently seen significant development, focusing on creating facilities that operate year-round. The addition of both indoor and outdoor cafes, restaurants, and hotels highlights the region's commitment to transforming Erzincan into a modern, vibrant destination for visitors in every season. Once again, a 3.1-kilometer stretch of the mighty Erdem Dağı sets the stage for this year's championship's second round. Recent resurfacing works on its steep, continuous descent has meant a new road profile for this year, with riders having to optimize their lines and fine-tune their technical setup.
The road has very much evolved since last year. It's become much smoother, so there's parts of the track that feel much more slippery, and it's very much going to change the dynamic of racing, I think, especially coming through 2, through 5, into 9 as well. It's really smoothed out, so it's going to be very tricky to get through there full grip.
The presence of Grand National Assembly member Mr. Mustafa Sarıgül at the weekend's event underscored the growing significance of such gatherings for Erzincan and the region. Together with Governor Hamza Aydoğdu and Galatasaray Football Club President Mr. Dursun Özbek, dignitaries and fans alike shared in the excitement as the weekend's racing got underway. Erzincan welcomed not only fans and riders, but also Pocodzima Studio, presenting their newly developed downhill VR game, Bomb the Hill. Founder Gleb Bibikov was on site to showcase the game, which drew strong interest and enthusiasm from both spectators and competitors throughout the event. Abdelmajid was in Erzincan hot off the heels of his win in Innsbruck and hoping to build on his championship title challenge. Majid was cautious, however, and determined not to repeat his mistakes from last year.
I'm pretty happy that I won round 1 in Austria last week. I'm still feeling a little bit cautious, to be honest. As you all know, I had a big crash last year, so I'm trying to overcome that mental block, you could say. So I'm riding pretty conservatively this year. Today is just practice day, so everyone's just, chilling and relearning the track. It's my 3rd year here, and I'm still, last year really taught me how dangerous this track can be if you're not careful.
Defending champion Colby Parks knew he had to perform in Turkey and put the all-important championship points by his name. He was focused on the track conditions and his biggest rival, Madzan, before the race.
I just want to stay as close to Abdil as I can, get out front. He's been training all year. He's always been tough. I beat him in the past, but I've had to really push myself to do so, which is great. I love that there's a lot of new guys coming in and, finishing fourth. I see it as everyone's getting better, and I welcome the competition because I want more people to come out, just more people to ride with and keep the sport healthy.
German rider Ulrich Becker, who was third in the championship standings, preferred to focus on his performance and the track itself rather than his finishing position in the race.
Well, I'm a wise person, so I don't speculate about positions and about results, but I'm gonna go the best way I can, and I'm sure I'm gonna have a good output of that. A podium would be cool.
Seasoned racer Andy Spate wanted to build on his knowledge of the track and was confident of his chances in Erzincan.
The first round in Austria, it was a bit different for me. It was a very fast track, which isn't a problem, but getting the correct braking zone here is more familiar, so I'm more comfortable here. I'm feeling good and feeling like I can improve for the rest of the day.
Other British names like Ian Martland, Philip Spencer and Josh Fieldwick rounded up Luge category of the second round in Turkey.
It's going to be tough this weekend, but I'll do everything I can to get up there and hopefully we can get some sort of a decent result.
Just to push as hard as I can, but I'll draft them as much as I can. If I get a chance to overtake, I will. If not, I'll sit there, wait for something to happen and just take opportunity.
Semi-final 1, Madzan in red, Andy Spate in green, Colby Parks in blue and Ian Martland in yellow. Watch out for Colby Parks, last year's champion here on the World Downhill Skateboarding Championship. But Abdil Madzan there, winner last week in Aktamalitum, Austria. He is in red. Andy Spate there in green. Colby Parks to his right, who had some problems in qualifying, in blue. And Ian Martland in yellow, on board with Martland out of the start gate. It's a blisteringly quick start from Abdil Madzan. He is up ahead into turn 1. Andy Spate holding off Colby Parks through this long sweeping left-hand turn as we get beautiful views down the valley towards the city of Erzincan. Into turn 2, you got to sit up, but Madzan starting to pull away. Spate still holding. Last year's champion at bay at the moment. Sit up for turn 4. It's been really tricky this weekend so far. Very slippy out there on the road. Madzan making this semi-final his own. Top 2 go into the final. 3rd and 4th into the consi. Can Spate hold off Colby Parks, or is Parks about to make his move? Moves to the inside, breaks late through turn 5. Exceptional riding there from the Canadian. He moves up into 2nd spot, and is there anything Andy Spate can do about it as we approach the infamous turn 6? Those feet on the surface, on the pavement, breaking through turn 6. Madzan handles it well, so does Parks, so does Spate. And look at Andy Spate right up in the draft of Colby Parks. He moves to the outside, but Parks holding the line, making it difficult for Spate to find a way round. This is where the speed really builds on this Erzincan course. But Parks, one of the most experienced riders in the business, trying to keep the Brit at bay. Madzan, barring any mishaps, has got this one. He's into the final for the 2nd race in a row. Great news for the man from Malaysia after the problems he had here last year. Colby Parks, you see those wheels smoking, those little adjustments to get on the racing line. Spate's running line. Spate clips the bales. The race over for Andy Spate. He is down and out. Big problems for the Brit. And here comes Ian Martland to go round Spate and into 3rd place. Well, drama in the first semi-final. Madzan in a race of his own now. Colby Parks is probably aware of what happened to Andy Spate. We're on board with Parks now. He's through to the final. There is Abdil Madzan, putting the demons of last season on this hill at bay. Just taking that apex beautifully. He comes round the final turn. Madzan into the big final. And Colby Parks joins him, finishing in 2nd place after a big battle with Andy Spate, who crashed in semi-final 1. Josh Fieldwick from Great Britain in yellow qualified in 7th place. Mark Wilson, Phil Spencer making his first WDSC start of the season in an all-new yellow and black suit. Easy to spot, and there Ulrich Becker. Third last week in Achtsama Litum, but we're ready to go with semi-final number 2. So Becker in red, Spencer green, Wilson blue, Fieldwick in yellow. Becker doesn't have the strongest push, but once he gets up to speed, his ability to find that racing line is exceptional. Phil Spencer and Josh Fieldwick with a strong start. And they've got to try and shut the door on Becker, because if there's a gap, he will find it, and that is what he's done there. Pushes Spencer down to 3rd place. Fieldwick up into 2nd. Spencer sitting up and just trying to find the line. You can lose a bit of speed. Turn 4 awaits. Relatively slow speed turn. And now Becker starting to pull away. Spencer on the inside line could get some good exit speed here. Might just be able to get in the slipstream of Fieldwick. Becker off and away. This is where the German excels. Now turn 6 awaits. It's Becker still in the lead here. Fieldwick, who didn't have the best of qualifying, in 2nd place, been put under pressure by Spencer. Spencer just having a look over his shoulder through turn 6 safely. Now the speed really starts to build. Turn 7, high speed turn, and then turn 8, the crack turn, the bump turn at over 100 kilometers an hour. Can really unsettle the board. Becker flawless so far, as you would expect from the German, and Spencer keeping the pressure up on Fieldwick. Spencer's looking for that gap on the inside. He's on the yellow paint, and that is textbook from Phil Spencer. Up into 2nd place. He's waited, biding his time, saw the space, was able to run that real almost qualification line. Focus on braking a little bit earlier, getting that exit speed out of the turn. But Fieldwick is going nowhere. He's now putting the pressure on Spencer, and can Fieldwick respond? There's a gap there. He's going on the inside. Spencer just outbrakes him and is able to shut the door, close that gap. Now it really is a sprint for the line. One more big turn to negotiate. It awaits, and Spencer's just getting a little bit of space between himself and Josh Fieldwick. Great battle between those two, and Becker takes it in 2nd place. Phil Spencer, job well done, great racing from the two of them.
The WDSC welcomed inline skaters for the first time in its history, and 8 athletes from 6 nations geared up to race in Erzincan. Italian Renato Penutti was the skater to look out for as last year's champion at the World Skate Games. Carlos Quiroga from Colombia, Andreu Greses Rochina of Spain, and Ioannis Pirovolu, all seasoned competitors, were ready to battle it out in Erzincan.
It's really cool being here for the first time, because invite the downhill on the biggest track, on the hardcore race track, is really something cool. We're not here for the small tracks, we're here for the extreme things, and thanks to the WDC to invite us.
The inline races started with the first semi-final heat, where Tiziano Ferrari was in red, Ioannis Pirovolu was in green, Renato Penutti in blue, Armando Michel Hernandez Aguilar was ready in yellow. And the race is on, with Pirovolu taking the early lead and Ferrari close behind in 2nd and Penutti in 3rd. Coming into the 3rd turn, Hernandez is too close to Penutti, and there's a collision, and they both go down and take Ferrari with them. And with a close look, Hernandez extends his leg in front of Penutti, which results in the crash. Hernandez continues, but might get penalized for the move. Pirovolu finished the race without further incident, and Hernandez finishes 2nd, with Penutti coming in 3rd. But after protests and deliberations, Hernandez is disqualified, and Renato Penutti moves ahead into the finals. In the 2nd semi-final heat, Sebastian Rastiger was unable to compete due to an injury he picked up during practice runs. Therefore, 3 riders lined up at the start. Andrea Greses Rocina was in red, with Nicolas Varin in blue and Carlos Quiroga in yellow. And straight off the bat, Rocina storms into the lead with Quiroga in second and Varin in third. Through the middle section of the track, Quiroga showed great focus and followed close behind Rocina for most of the turns. Coming into the last stretches of the course, Varin was challenged until the last turn, but held his nerve and progressed into the final with Rocina.
So getting ready for the inline Consi final. So here we go, the race for 5th place. The inline Consi final underway. Good start from Tiziano Ferrari and from Varan on the left-hand side of the road. Can Varan get ahead of Hernandez from Mexico? No, the Mexican gets into 2nd place, but he's left a lot of space for the tall Frenchman. Through the turn, stand up, little bit of air braking as well, and the slide into turn 4. Turn 6 that awaits now. Everyone stay up, and a big break there from Ferrari, but he gets the spot back. Great move from Hernandez. Braking. And now try and release. Oh no, that was big. Oh, Hernandez taking a heavy slam there. Varan goes down as well. Ferrari's off. He is going to take 5th place in the Consi final, but a real nasty one there for Armando Hernandez. Let's hope he's okay, but that was pretty high speed. So inline final, Andrew Greses Rocina from Spain in red, Ioannis Pirovolou from Greece in green, Renato Panutti in blue, protested, got into the final. First ever inline final, the World Downhill Skateboarding Championship. Yes, we do, and Pirovolou from Greece getting away well. 2nd place right now, Carlos Quiroga. Watch Renato Panutti, does more runs than almost anyone on the top half of the course, filming the heats for us in previous years, and a lot of content this year as well. He's running in 3rd place at the moment, cutting a really tight line. Panutti up into 2nd place, and this is where Panutti went down, involved in that incident in the semi-final. You can see the speed he's got, and the Italian now through into top spot and skating strong out of the turn. Greses Rocina down in 3rd and in 4th place at the moment. Panutti in the lead. Quiroga up into 2nd place. Turn 5 and turn 6 now awaiting these athletes. The man with the blue leg sleeves braking early. He's got a little bit of time. Gets on that right foot into the slide and then throws it left onto the left foot. See if everyone can get through it cleanly. Got to run it out wide and watch that loose hay, but all 4 riders safely through turn 6 into turn 7, back into the tuck position. This race starting to spread out a little bit. You're seeing some of the best from Renato now at the front of the race. And into the next turn here, we've seen some issues here through turn 9. It is one of the trickiest turns on the course. Not quite a double apex. We got a rider down. It's Renato that's down. So 3 men left standing. And well, we said it was a tricky turn. It's proved to be the case. Turn 10. Let's see just how challenging it is. And Quiroga from Colombia in yellow, sprinting, knows the victory. Could be on here, just got to stay upright through the final section of this course, and it will be his. Finish line in sight now for Quiroga, and he is going to come across the line and take the victory here in Erzincan. Well, we'll grab at Renato in a few moments. I think he's going to be happy. Had that one in the bag, but we'll find out a little bit later what went on.
So here are the winners of the inline category, taking the well-earned place on the podium in Erzincan. Carlos Quiroga is the champion, with Andrea Greses Rocina in 2nd and Ioannis Pirovolou in 3rd. Renato Panutti comes in 4th place.
So who is going to take the Consi final in the Luge? Fieldwick in red, Martland in green, Spate in blue, Mark Wilson there. All 4 British riders representing here. Great start from Josh Fieldwick. Spate getting away well, but Fieldwick has that inside line, and Spate, I think, is going to slot into second place. Bit of a battle through turn 1 between Martland and Wilson. And Martland, as he's known, holds on to third place, sitting up for turn 2. A little bit of braking needed through turn 2 for some of the riders, particularly this year. In previous years, it has been possible to blast through that one, but turn 4 is the tricky one. It is super slippy in there. Spate takes the risk, and that works well for Andy Spate. He's now in the lead of the Consi final, but Fieldwick right on the tail of his street luge. The wind is really howling around actually at the top. You might hear it on the mic, but out on course. So turn 6 awaits. It's Spate and Fieldwick 1 and 2 in the Consi final, but Martland still in third place, sitting up early. Wilson maybe thinking about a pass on the inside. Just got to get through, and Spate and Fieldwick have done that well. Spate and Fieldwick in first and second. Through turn 10. Another of the key turns on this course. And Spate is going to cruise through and take the Consi final.
Now it's the moment we've all been waiting for. Abdel Madzan rides in red, Ulrich Becker in green, Philip Spencer is in blue with Colby Parks in yellow. We connect back up with the live commentary.
So Street Luge final underway. Madzan in red, Becker in green, Spencer in blue, powering out of the start. Parks in yellow on the right hand side of the road. Don't leave any space for Ulrich Becker, because he will find it, and that is what Becker is doing on the left hand side of the road. Becker's going to come through into second place. Spencer trying to hold off Colby Parks, but Parks will take some risk if he can further down the hill. But Madzan is away, and he's got Becker for company. Becker was the quickest in Q1 yesterday, but then Madzan stepped it up through turn 4. Phil Spencer cranking it over. A little bit of a wobble for Spencer, but he's still going. Madzan and Becker are away as the battle for the final spot on the podium, the one that we want to focus on. Spencer shuts the door on Colby Parks, but leaves some room into turn 5, and Parks takes that spot. He's now up into a podium position. Madzan coming into turn 6 from 100 clicks down to about 45. There he is, lifting that board into turn 6. Different technique from Becker, but it works for the German. Into turn 7 where the speed starts to build, and then turn 8, the crack turn, the bump turn at over 100 kilometers an hour. Madzan still in a commanding position in this luge final. Spencer and Parks were battling it out for third and fourth. Madzan uses every inch of the road, can really crank it over. So Madzan still in top spot, Becker chasing him down. And Abdel Madzan, who took the win last week, is looking to go 2 from 2 here on the WDSC to start the season off and get that title back from Colby Parks. Madzan wants it, and Madzan gets it. Becker in second place. What a race from Abdel Madzan. Back on the top step of the podium in Erzincan after last season's problems.
And there we have it. Abdel Madzan wins in Erzincan with Ulrich Becker in second, Colby Parks in third, and Philip Spencer in fourth. After 2 rounds in the 2025 championship, Madzan leads with 200 points. Becker is second with 161 points, and Parks close behind with 141 points. Before the championship tour podium, the qualification series winners were awarded their trophies in Turkey, with Mark Wilson in first place and Alex Hale in second.
Phil got a really good start off the line. Everyone's been clearly working on their push, so I'm gonna have to step my game up over the summertime to hopefully do better in USA. But yeah, really happy with third. Happy to get out of this race, and with all my limbs attached, because it's very fast, very intense, and racing here is some of the hardest in the world for sure.
So I was in a good position to make a run on Abdel, but he's actually very fast. So I did my best to take all the corners clean and to have a nice balance, not to risk too much, but to go really fast. And I think that was one of my fastest runs, and I'm very happy with the result. And yeah.
This year is really challenging. There's faster riders here and riders who were in Austria, so I know they're good riders. Ulrich, Colby, who are joining me on the podium. So my strategy was just to outpush everyone and get there first before anything happens, anything unwanted happens. So my strategy worked out for the most part. I'm really happy to be back here. This track is an amazing track with the gondolas, beautiful scenery out here in Erzincan, Turkey. So I'm really happy about that.
That concludes our coverage from Erzincan, Turkey. See you on the Isle of Man for the third round of the World Downhill Skateboarding Championship. The race was on.
Here we go, folks. The Open Street Luge World Downhill Skateboarding Championship.
Abdelmajsan is dominating at the front of
to turn number 5. Beautiful pass. Oh, huge crash there. David Frager. Colby Parks almost making contact. Oh no! Hanegraaff is down. Side by side. Marco Menino from Italy grabs it on the line.